Did you already do the interpretation thing?
See,
Okay, perfecto. All right, Kyle, go ahead. I know you were feeling it, dude. You're just great off the cuff. I love I walk in and you're talking
Well,
and no one's waiting on anything. So
hey
go
man,
ahead.
I just had to share something real quick. Y'all, we're pumped. I mean, this has been a long time coming, and Jay and I are incredibly excited about what has taken place with this new comp plan. And so I want to give you three quick points to think about, and then Jay's going to kind of set the tone. But number one, I want to remind you that what this new comp plan has done is taken people from receiving checks at 7% in our company. Think about this. 7% were receiving checks to 65% just like that overnight. So you literally have what, nine times almost more people, almost 10 times more people that are going to be receiving checks that have never received checks in the past. That's amazing. Number two, friendly reminder, we pay 60% of all money into LifeWave back to you and I to the field. And that's just really important to me because being in this world for a long time and realizing that the average company pays 35 to 42%, and 42 is really high, to think we pay 60, and they just adjusted it to where now almost 10 times as many people are going to get paid is absolutely incredible. Number three is this. This comp plan, as you guys know, is more complicated than our prior comp plan. And I just want to tell you that is a beautiful thing. Here's why. In direct sales, you can set up a really quick comp plan. Hey, here's three levels. Here's how you get paid. And that's pretty much it. And you can understand it quick. But that really doesn't pay the direct sales space for individuals that really want to go out and build a big business. You really need some really cool aspects of the comp plan to attract some people in to build long-term sustainable wealth. And so as we go through this, understand we're going to go through this a lot, but this is just time one. But understand this is a really, really good thing. This is powerful, and they have doubled down on the direct sales space by allowing this comp plan to come and be our new way of life. It's going to be a really fun season.
Yeah, I mean, and what you said, like a comp plan that's a little complicated is going to also attract network marketers that have been in this business a while because they're going to understand it. But also, I would say we're going to go through some things tonight. Don't try to understand everything. And more importantly, don't try to explain everything, right? There's going to be some points that I'm going to hit on. Like I went through some training with some people today, and they're like, that's really good. I mean, what you guys need to understand, this is a strategic, and this is what I tell people, this is a strategic enhancement. It's not a change. It's a strategic enhancement that's designed to reward the people that are in this business right now, not down the road. Because what I know, Kyle and I have been in some companies before. Most companies change their comp when they're losing money, and they have to change their comp to save the company. When their sales are down or momentum has stalled, that's when they change comp. And then the field always pays the price because why? It's the biggest part of the biggest part of the revenue that's coming out of their business is for the comp. I've seen this in insurance. That's the reason I sold my business. They cut our comp 50%. We bought businesses based on a comp and they cut it. It happens in real estate. Real estate agents are getting comp cut or are trying to cut their comp. Mortgage business is getting comp. The industry that we're in. So every time that a comp plan change, it's usually a takeaway. It's usually some kind of a reduction. It's a message. Hey, we're cutting the field because we don't know what else to pull from and we're struggling. But what we're doing, you guys, and I want you guys to understand this, what LifeWave is doing is the total and complete opposite. They were like, not enough people are making money in our business. There's only certain people making money. We want everyone to make money. And to me, that tells a lot about David and the company because it's like they understand if people don't make money, they're gone. So they're enhancing the comp plan during momentum at a time when we're growing faster than ever before, you guys. Like they didn't take any, they paid 60, they're still paying 60. That alone should tell you the mindset of this company, the leadership, and the team that we have leading us. That's every meeting we've sat in, you guys. That's the message over and over and over. Matter of fact, it was supposed to roll out 3 months ago. You know why it didn't roll out? Because it wasn't perfect. They did not want to affect the field in any way, shape, or form. So they wanted to make sure that it was 100% right. We used to have four ways to earn. Now we got nine. We're not even going to go over all nine tonight because we don't want to complicate it. So there is a strategy in this that I want you guys to think about. And this is what I want to challenge you guys with. Before we get into this, is this mindset trap. Because everyone, thinks negative or pessimistic or why is this changing? It was fine the way it is. Because every single time change happens, you guys, every single time it happens, I see the same pattern play out. The first thing people do is they resist. They fight it. They waste 3, 6, maybe even 9 months complaining about the things or the way things used to be. There's a great book out there right now. It'd be a good time for you to read it. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? They're so busy staring at the old cheese. We're so busy staring at the old comp that they miss out on this feast that the company has put in front of us. And what I would challenge you to do is figure out the rules of the game and go win the game, just like you do if you get a new board game at home or you get a new video game. How do I beat this game? And that's what we need to be doing right now is how do I figure out how to win? If I'm at a 1-star manager, how do I get to a 2-star or 3-star manager? That's the time that you need to spend is how do I get there, not complaining about the way that it used to be. All right. So when you have that mindset, what's going to happen is the business is going to go to the next level. And that's why we want to talk to you guys tonight about the simplicity of this comp plan. And Kyle, I know you guys know him as a fierce leader. Some of the people on my team might not know. This guy has taught me everything about comp. When we were in this other company, I ran comp by him. He understands comp forward and backwards. And I remember when we went through it, I just said, Kyle, be honest. Tell me the truth. Is this good or is this bad? And he was like, bro, I'm telling you, this is one of the best comps I've ever seen in my history of 20 years of being in direct sales. And I was like, all right, let's go. So Kyle, go ahead and let's
Yeah.
let's start breaking this
Do
down
it.
for them and get
Dude,
into why this is so good.
I'm so excited. Well, at a high level, we still have our binary, but we're also getting paid in unilevel now, which I've never seen before in a company. And also, we're now paying people. Lola, you can pull the stuff up right now, and we're also paying people more on the front end, which is what everyone needs to get started fast and to make money early. So, man, it's incredible. Here we go, baby. I think Lola's going to pull up the slides, right? Isn't Lola going to pull up the slides?
Um, Lola, are you pulling up the slides?
I apologize if not. I thought that's what we were doing.
I think she sent it to me, but let me see. I think it's in my camera. Let me see.
La estoy abriendo un momento.
Sorry, Lola, if I put you on the
Oh,
spot.
I'm pulling them out. Just a second.
Let me see.
Earlier today, we were telling dad jokes on our call because we were waiting on something. Anybody got a dad joke? I got a dad joke. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef! Which I have been eating a lot of lately doing this the carnivore.
I saw in your stories,
Oh my gosh,
Joey
I'm
going
ready.
into the grocery store.
Buddy, I need a potato like you can't even imagine.
Oh,
All right, here we go. Thank you, Lola. Check it out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through each section for a few minutes, and then we'll kind of wrap it up at the end. But the first thing that we're going to go through is the ranks and the titles as it's going. Now, here's what's, in my opinion, so cool about the ranks is we as human beings, it's our nature to strive for what's in front of us. Sometimes things can be so far in front of us, though, that we don't really have a desire to strive because we're like, man, that seems unattainable. Now that we have this many ranks, as you can see, 1-star to 3-star in manager, director, executive, and presidential, once you hit a rank, you're pretty close to the next rank. Like it'll psychologically be such a benefit to us and the way that our minds work. So as you can see here, this is gonna go. 1-star manager, 2-star manager, 3-star manager, etc. Talk more about that in just a minute. Okay, these are the volumes that you need to hit these ranks. And again, we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's move right into the first way we get paid, customer premiums. Now, this is what's wild. So we've always gotten 20% on all customers that we bring into the business. There was sometimes, though, I'm not going to lie, in the old comp plan where you really didn't get 20% because it was just the way somebody purchased. Here you do. Here you get 20% minimum, but what's so crazy is now you get 40%. They've doubled down on customer premiums. So what the company has said is, hey, listen, it is highly important that you understand that our customer base means a lot to us. We want you to go out and get a lot of preferred customers, preferred customer plus, and we're going to pay you very, very, very well. Think about this. You can sign somebody up. They can be on an auto ship with one X39 pack, which is $100 a month, and you're getting 40% of that, $40. Guys, you get 15 people on an auto ship every month. That's $600 for you and your family, just like that, right? That changes people's life. Not building a team, not doing anything, just getting people in and getting them patched, getting them as customers. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, I mean, it's just a game changer. I mean, first off, the FTC loves this because they want a direct sales company to be heavy in customers, right? So because a comp plan that rewards for customer acquisition is not just recruiting you guys. And so we always want to be in good graces with the FTC because they don't mess with you. And also, when you have a customer base, what it shows you guys is long-term stability. It builds credibility for your brand than just having brand partners are the ones that are purchasing everything. It tells the FTC that this is a real business with real value being delivered to real people. So the credibility that it gives you in the marketplace when you have that many customers buying patches from you is an awesome thing. And I'm not saying take away from recruiting because people are going to fit in different boxes. The way that I do it is I'm going to meet people where they are. I give them an option. You want to be a retail, you want to be preferred, or you want to be a brand partner in a company. Which one sounds best to you? And wherever they fit, I'm going to put them there, but they're in my orbit. And then I'm going to move them to different places with follow-up. All right. Second, it opens the door for everyone now. We're not just targeting people who want to build a big team. We can go after an entirely new category of people. Doctors. A lot of doctors don't want to build an organization. I'm not going to assume they don't, but a lot don't because they're so busy, but they are 100% comfortable recommending this to their patients. I got a guy that I work with. He's got it in his office. He recommends it to every single patient. He gets paid for that now, just like he gets paid for all the other stuff that he recommends.
Mhm.
Now they can earn a substantial income by just doing what they're already doing, and that's serving people. Chiropractors, veterinarians, wellness practitioners. This is tailor-made for them, you guys, to offer this to their customers. And then they're going to run across people that are going to be like, hey, I want to share this too. Influencers. You know how many influencers out there are promoting products all the time because they get paid $1.50 on TikTok? You can make up to $40 on a preferred customer if you do $1,200 in value. You get 20 bucks plus another 20% on just one sleeve of patches. So they don't have to worry about managing a team if they don't want to do that or jumping on Zoom calls. They can simply just share the link on their social media, promote a product that they believe in, and watch commissions roll in. Like Kyle said, I mean, if they're making an extra 6,000, 2,000 a month, and all they're doing is putting a post with a link, and then let's be clear, you guys, when they come in and they get the transformation like we all have had, some of them are going to want to build. But this gives them an easy entry point into our orbit to feel it out, test the waters, fall over the product like we all are, and then the opportunity. And here's the kicker, you guys. You can make double money from customers now. Instead of just $20, you can make $40 from every customer if you get that volume up to $1,200. That means more volume, more payout, more momentum, all without adding any pressure to build if someone's not ready. So you need to ask yourself, like, who do I know right now, right in this moment, that could benefit from simply sharing this product with their network? And if you think that they don't want to do the business, talk to them about this. But listen, we have an entry point now. You can make 40%. No one's paying 40% commissions on anything, you guys. I made 10% in the insurance world. That's like the max. 40% is a big, big number, you guys. So who has influence? Who serves people in the wellness space? Because the comp plan is made perfect for these candidates. So now we have the opportunity. Now we have customers. You guys have a lot of places to go. And I know I talked too long about that, but I'm really passionate about this customer thing because I just feel like the company is really giving us an opportunity to go talk to customers.
Yeah, no, you're right, Jay. I mean, I told an influencer just last week, I was like, listen, you can make six figures now a year residually without anybody ever doing anything in your business. You can. Like it's totally possible for you to go ahead and capture, three, four, five, six, $7,000 a week just right here. It really is, which is crazy. So that's customer premiums. We've talked about it a long time because it's significant. It's a big deal. All right, number two, product introduction bonuses, PIBs. We've always had this, okay? We have added a product pack called the Advanced Plus, as you see here, we used to go from advanced to premium. That was too big of a jump. We needed something in the middle, and they've added it, as you can see, for $975. Um, how much you're going to earn off of these, as you see, you earn $35 for core all the way up to premium. You earn $405. And then you see the qualifying volume. Now, here's what I want to mention on this. I want you to imagine most people in our organization, I don't know about every organization, but most people that we see, anyways, join at the advanced pack. That's kind of the entry level pack for what most people have done. I think that's going to go to the advanced plus probably with this, but it was advanced. That's 300 in volume. Okay. So I want you to go back now to the rank titles, and I want you to go, okay, how are we going to walk through this rank? Well, check this out. Let's say you joined today and you joined at the advanced. That gives you 300 in personal volume. We always say immediately go get two people, right? Let's say they both join in advance again. That's 300 times 3. That is 900. With you joining and with two others joining, you can see you just hit one-star manager just like that. You're now a one-star manager. Get two more. Remember the old manager, like two on each side? Get two more people on each side, and you're a two-star manager. You have 1,800 in volume. You're almost a three-star, as you can see. So very quickly, from literally day one, you can start going through these ranks and hitting these ranks. You can see how simple it is. I'm not talking about anyone else building a team with you. I'm not talking about customers that you're getting. I'm just saying you sign up a few people and you get your first few ranks. Let's go to the next slide, and I'll explain why that's important. Sorry, Lola, do you mind going to the next slide? I can't click it.
I don't know if she's hearing. Oh, there we
Thank you.
go.
Okay. This is why it's important, because this is what we're showing you right here. This is all new money. This was never here in the old comp plan. Now look at this business launch bonus. I want to explain this. Once you in your first, these are bonuses that are available for when you join in your first 9 weeks in the business. Okay, first 9 weeks. Now here's what happens. The moment you hit one-star manager, which we just showed you how easy, you sign up two people, guys. Really, that's it. At advanced, and you're an advanced. You're a one-star manager. You're going to earn $25 a week for doing that. Now, once you hit, think about this. You sponsor a couple people into the business. You hit one-star manager. You don't revert back the next week. No, it's a 30 or 31 day, I'm forgetting right now, actually rolling calendar. So for the next 4 weeks, you are a one-star manager, which means every single week you're going to get paid that $25. Once you hit two-star manager, it's going to go up to 50. So when you first join, as you're getting started and you're hitting two-star manager very quickly, you're going to earn an additional $50 a week, which is $450 over 9 weeks. Guys, that's a big deal. That helps a lot of people in America pay for some groceries, pay for some car payments. Like that's a huge deal. Another almost $500. This is also cool. When you enroll people, you're going to catch a matching bonus. You're going to override them. Okay. So you bring somebody into the business, they go out and hit one-star manager, and they're earning 25 a week on that. You're earning 1250. They hit two-star, they earn 50 a week. You earn 25. These numbers don't look big. These numbers are huge when you're talking about new people coming into the business. And also when you're talking about you personally going out and doing this with 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20 people. Then all of a sudden these money here starts to compound. You know what they say in direct sales? They say if you can help somebody make more than $500 in their first 90 days, they're usually going to stick around for a long time. So they can bring in a couple people into the business on each leg, and they can earn well more than that, much faster than that. Like that's what does it. Anything here, Jay?
No, you covered that.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
All right, level earning bonuses. Now, when I first saw this, I wasn't sure how this was going to play out as far as what was the money attached to this. And what the company did was they took some senior presidential directors and they ran models on their business and said, here's what you're getting paid now and here's why. Here's what you're going to be getting paid in the new comp plan and here's why. I'm like, okay, we get to look at this thing. When they showed us level earning bonuses, guys, I was like, I was blown away, blown away. In this one pay, right, this one way that we get paid right here, our income was more than I used to make monthly prior to direct sales in just this. So when you see 753, you're like, oh, that's cool. No, it's real. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. What this looks like is everyone that you personally sponsor and they're on your level one, anything that they do in their personal volume, you're going to earn 7% on. Level 2, you're going to earn 5. And then level 3, you're also going to earn 3. So you're going to, on your first 3 levels, you're going to earn an override for all that they're bringing in. Now, Jay, tell them about compression because this is why this is cool.
And this is an addition to this didn't exist before. So this is new money in the compensation plan. And the compression is a beautiful thing. What compression means is let's just say you bring someone in on your level one, that person brings someone in, that person brings someone in, and they don't do anything. Your level two and level three does nothing. Okay. But level four and level five does something. They automatically move up to level two and level three. And now you make money on all the people that are doing something in your organization. So that's a beautiful thing. Now, as it stands, if your level two and three is not doing anything, oh, you're not making any money on them. And then level four, level five, level six is doing something. Uh, the only people making money on them are the people that brought them in, not you, because they don't roll up. So this is in another area in the comp plan. So it's in two areas in the comp plan where this compression exists, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing for us because, and also what I want you guys to think about is now it's really, really important to dig down in your organization and find out who is doing something. Because if someone is doing something little and you're making money on them, and we never touched them before because they're fourth or fifth or sixth level, now we can reach out to them and say, "Hey, listen, can I help you? Let's do a call together. Let's bring, are you working on anybody to recruit that I can get on a call with you for?" So now this motivates everybody to actually look through your organization and help people in your organization.
And you know what? Here's the thing, guys. The company did not have to do this. If they didn't do this, do you know how many people probably would have thought, man, I wish they would have done compression? I'm gonna guess, and I mean this seriously, 1 out of 5,000. Yeah, like literally, I'm gonna
Maybe.
say a dozen people in the company would have gone, man, we really understand comp plans. Have been in the industry a long time. It would have been cool if we've done compression. They did it. They did it. They want us making money. Like
Yeah,
they,
because I mean, people would have been happy with this. Like, okay, cool.
yes.
This is additional money. All right, I'm gonna work on getting my first three generations to do something, which is never gonna happen always. So
Mhm.
yeah.
And it's not only here, it gets even better. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right, binary bonus. Listen, the beautiful thing about this business is that it's a binary, right? That's what attracted me personally to this business is because you can build a binary, and that is where you can literally build something and walk off and ride off into the sunset, and it's built. You don't have to build this thing for 30 years. You go build this thing one time, and you have residual income for a long time. Now, everything that we just showed you prior, that is how you get paid on what's called a unilevel. Unilevel, level 1, level 2, level 3, right? That's a unilevel pay. Usually, a company is either a unilevel comp plan or it is a binary comp plan. It does not have aspects of both. Welcome LifeWave. Like, this is why, even though this is a little confusing at first, this is why it's such a big deal because you're getting the best of both worlds, which personally, a lot of us that have been around for a little bit, we've never seen this before. So this is cool. Everything's the same with the binary. Here's how you get paid on it. Here's what's cool. As you know, it used to be 330, 660, $50, and you gotta have 2-to-1 ratio and all this kind of stuff. That's gone. That's gone. They're like, this is too confusing. Let's make this very simple. Let's pay everyone a percentage based on their pay leg, which is their weaker leg, which we've always been paid on anyways. And here you go. You hit 3-star manager, you start getting paid in the binary. And as you can see, once you hit 3-star director, you're at 10% of the binary of your weaker leg all the way to the top. Now, here's the cool thing about this too. I already mentioned this briefly, but let me explain. In our old comp plan, for easy math, say you had $100,000 in one leg, you would need double that to get paid on it. So you would need $200,000 on the other leg to get paid for the 100,000. It had to be a 2-to-1 ratio. That's gone. Now it's 1-to-1. Now it's 1-to-1. What does this mean? This means that as you're building this thing, you're always going to max out and get paid everything on your weaker leg. You're going to get paid on it because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, right? So you do 100,000, great. You hit 100,000 in your other leg, you're there. You get paid on everything. 100,000, 120,000, great. You get paid 100,000 and 20,000 rolls over. Old comp plan, 100,000, 120,000. You only get paid on 60,000, right? Because half of your greatest leg. All they're doing, once again, simplification and maximizing payment to us. It's incredible.
I'm gonna miss explaining the 330, 660, $50 cycle. I'm gonna miss that a little bit because it was so confusing to
Like you're going
everybody.
to miss a
So,
sore throat.
all
Let's
right,
go to the next
Lola.
slide. All right, now this is like turn your hat backwards. Here we go. All right, you ready? Like this is where you go, this can't be happening. Okay. We've always had generation mentor matching bonuses. It used to be level one, level two, level three. Used to be 25%, 20%, 20%. Two things have changed here, several things. Number one, it now goes to level six, as you see, or generation, not level, excuse me, generation six. They've doubled the generations that we get paid. Number two, it used to be, like I said, 25, 20, 20. That's a total of 65%. Now, if you total this, the maximum that we can get paid, it's 82%. Number three, there was no compression, as Jay already mentioned, in the old generation or generation matching bonus. There is compression here. Jay's about to talk about that, and then I'm going to save the number four for him on how much you can earn per grant partner.
Yeah, and well, the biggest thing too, though, is the most that you could make on the 25% was 6,500. And you could see when you hit three-star executive, you can make 7,500 per person. Before you could make 6,500, 5,000, 5,000, and that was it. You can now make 7,500 first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation, and then six when you make it one star presidential. But each line you can make up to $20,000 per week per person when you're a three-star presidential. And if you look on the bottom, like a three-star executive, you can make $7,500 per person per week on everybody in your organization up to 5 levels. And the compression. So, meaning if you have somebody that's on your seventh generation and you're a three-star executive, but there's two people in between. Now they roll up to generation five. And if they're killing the game, you can make $7,500 off that one person. So that's what's so beautiful about this is, yeah, we got 25, 20, 20, which a lot of people have been caught up in. But the most you can make off that person is 6,500. And now you can make 7,500 per person in the organization with the way that this is set up now. So, I mean, again, when we saw, we were in Utah and I got up from my desk and I said, let me see if I understand this correctly. Because this doesn't seem like it doesn't make sense to me that you guys did this and how does this benefit the company? And they're, yeah, yeah, you're right. That's exactly the way it is. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like this is a crazy, crazy comp line. Now, again, the people that are working the business and working down in their organization are going to benefit from this, but that's what we have to do, right? The one thing that's broken in direct sales, you guys, listen to this. The number one thing that's broken in direct sales is nobody works down in their organization. If you start to work down in your organization and start to reach out to people, we're going to have the reports. We're going to have the reports to be able to do that and dig down in an organization. I have a feeling there's a new app out that has AI. I have a really good feeling that that app is going to actually target the people for you and tell you who you need to call out to, right? So we're making this business super, super easy, and AI is going to help us reach out to those people. But just the only way that you can know about these things is to be connected, to be on these calls, to be in the chats, to understand where we're going and getting your people to show up to these calls. Because that's what's going to make us all move in the right direction is showing up to these calls, getting this information when new things are out, running. And don't be afraid of AI, you guys. AI is going to change your business forever. It's going to be what is going to change your business. So learn it. There's courses online. Spend 15 minutes a day and learn everything you can about AI because it's going to help us maximize this comp plan.
Yeah, what this does, just so you know, is this you can now we can all now, yeah, that's right. We can all now go to the biggest of the biggest people in this industry that are making incredibly stupid money, show them this, and they haven't seen something like this. Now, you're like, well, I don't know any of those people. Okay, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get paid like this as well. The point is, for doing the same work, you're now just going to get paid much, much, much better. And more importantly, people that get started in this business are going to get paid faster and more than ever before. Guys, let me explain to you what happens. When people start getting paid faster and bigger than they've ever been getting paid, it creates momentum. That's what this business and this industry is all about. It's about momentum. The moment you create momentum in your business, you're unstoppable. You want to know why Jay and Jimena and Carlos and Rochelle won every award there possibly was to win? It's because they have momentum in their business. They're unstoppable. Like you can't stop it if you tried. And so that's what this comp plan creates. So you should be really, really excited about everything that you're seeing and even stuff that we're not even showing because this is a game changer for what we do here. Game changer. Lola, will you go to the last one real quick? Sweet. Jay, you
And
can talk.
if already the enhancements weren't enough, they just said, you know what? Let's just put some more money in there that never existed before, and they're going to throw out bonuses. I mean, when you hit a one-star director, which is really the second rank in the company, right? You're going to get a $500 bonus just for hitting that rank. When you hit one-star executive, a $5,000 bonus. When you hit one-star presidential, you get a $50,000 bonus. Okay, I said that correctly. 50,000, $50,000. When you hit a two-star presidential, you get a $75,000 bonus. And when you hit a three-star presidential, a $100,000 bonus and matching Rolexes, his and hers, when you hit three-star presidential. And so that, if you guys, that's $225,000 for hitting a rank. And our last company to get a bonus, we had to hit a dollar amount, dollar club, $5 million club. You had to do in revenue to make this money. You hit three-star presidential, they're giving you $225,000. His and her Rolex is like this man is the most generous man I've ever met in my entire life. Like he could pay, quite honestly, 10 to 15% less, and we would still make a lot of money and a lot of people would be at this company. But no, he's like, we're giving 60% of our revenue to the field because the field is who is building this and who is changing humanity. So I just, and you can see on the bottom, you get paid the first part of it, they pay you half. And then after you've maintained or surpassed the rank for 4 additional weeks, so once you hit it, you keep it. And it's not concurrent. So if you hit it one week, miss it, hit it, miss it, hit it, miss it, hit it, miss it, hit it, that fourth time you hit it, you get the other half.
Yep. You got a year.
So great, 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 great comp plan.
Yeah. So what, real quick, Lola, do you mind going to the first part, ranks? There's a couple things that we forgot to mention, or one thing we forgot to mention that's highly important. Guys, structure's gone. Structure's gone. Remember in the old comp plan, you had to have two managers, one on each side to hit director. That's gone. You literally do not have to have anyone hit a rank ever for you to go all the way to three-star presidential. It is all about volume. That's it. Now, we're helping everyone rank up. That's what we do. We're helping people rank. That's how we create momentum. But the point is, there is no more relying on anyone else. This is in your control. You can do this. You can do this by yourself if you want to. You literally, it is, I guess, technically mathematically possible. You could just have a bunch of customers and hit three-star presidential. It's just insane. And so know that. Now, here's the other thing. Somebody just asked, when does the binary start? Yes, the binary does not start at one-star manager. You don't earn on the binary at one-star manager. And guys, it's because there's no money there anyways at one-star manager. Like you don't have enough volume to even matter for the binary when you have about 1,000 in volume. So don't worry about that. Don't let that be an issue. The biggest thing that you need to understand, J-Lo, the biggest thing you need to understand is number one, we get paid more than ever on customers. So please, please, please build a strong customer base. Everyone on this call needs to have at least 1,200 in personal volume on a rolling calendar month. Every month, you should always be at 1,200. Always, always. Because if not, you're leaving money on the table, right? If you're at 1,150, you just left $300 on the table, literally. Don't leave it on the table, so get to 1,200. All right, that's number one. And then number two, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna help people go through the first two ranks immediately. We are gonna help people become a one-star manager, which means they're gonna bring one person in on each side with the advanced kit, and then we're gonna help them do it again to get to two-star manager. And when we do that, they're gonna make their upfront bonuses, as you can see here, $75 for advanced times four, that's $300, Plus, by default, they're going to make another 450, right? In the bonuses of $50 a week, right? Almost $1,000. Here we go. They're off to the races. Guys, if we can do this, if we can be highly effective about helping people, once again, just bring in a couple people on each side, you can change your business overnight. Now, used to, when somebody brought people into the business, two on each leg, yeah, you got your upfront bonuses, but that was it. That was it. Now there's more money. Now they're getting the level earnings that we didn't even talk about. They're getting the 450 from um, the $50 a week we haven't even talked about. This is a game changer. People are going to get paid more, and it's going to spark momentum. I'm fired up about this thing.
So real quick, I just want to answer questions. I know, Kyle, you have to go at 6:45. You have a commitment, so I can answer some questions. People are asking about the iDecide, the new app, the AI app. They're two different things. You can still the iDecide. All it is a tool, you guys. If someone, the way I use it is if somebody says send me more information, I send them an iDecide because it has all the information about the company in it. So yeah, you could keep it or not keep it, but that's what I use it for. When you guys signed up, you paid one price and you have it for the rest of your life. You never have to pay another dime again. So it's just a tool to add in your toolbox that you can use. And then let's see, let me see what else.
Yes, Connie, that's
Oh,
correct.
what's the difference between $9 and $19 membership? The $19 membership gives you more of a manager system and helps you set funnels. It's just a little bit more flexibility in the program. I mean, for me, the difference of $10, I got the $19 one, me personally. But start with a nine and then do the 19. And then three-star manager was shown on binary. Does one and two-star also get paid on binary? It's only on three-star manager. Three-star manager, you guys, is the same thing as the manager. The one star and two star is just a little bit below what a manager used to be, but basically a three-star manager is going to mean you probably have four people in your business, on your leg. That's going to give you the right volume. So that's why the binary opens up at the three-star manager.
Yeah.
Um,
Joey and Courtney, real quick, you're correct. It only shows 20% that you get paid. You get an additional 20% though once you hit $1,200 in personal volume. That's where the 40% comes in. And Jay, I do, but I'm sorry, I gotta
no,
go.
no, don't worry. If you guys have any other questions, I can stay out here for another 15 minutes and help you guys out with any
Love you
questions
guys.
if you guys
Thank
have.
you.
Thanks, Kyle. Um, Yeah, so you do still need to add to both legs, you guys. So this comp, like Kyle was saying, it's really important to have a balanced organization. So you want to make sure that both like because now you don't have to have double on one leg and have the regular on another. You can have the same volume and it's going to cycle out every month. So the way that this works, even at the top planning wise, you want to have a pretty even organization as you're building this. Now, some of you, have uplines that are bringing a lot of business in or brought a lot of business in, and you have a power leg, or maybe you recruited someone, you have a power leg and you have a weak leg. Like right now, what I'm trying to do in my organization is I have a power leg and a weak leg. I'm just trying to balance, because balance is best for the cycles, balance is best for the requirements to rank up. So you want to have a balanced organization. Anything else? You guys can unmute too. You feel free to put your hand up or unmute if you have any questions. Go ahead, Chad.
Hey Jay, on the level earning bonus, the 7, 5, and 3%, is that paid upon the brand partner's check or is it paid upon their unilevel
Their
volume?
volume. Their volume.
Holy shit.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
What else?
Hey Jay, I had a quick question. Do
Yes.
personal recruits count as personal volume, or is it only personal purchases and customers?
So customer volume. So your recruits volume. So when they buy each month, that counts as your volume, right? That's how volume stacks up. The way you get paid on customer volume is it goes on your weaker leg at the beginning of every single month. So the volume goes over to the your weaker leg at the beginning of every month. So a lot of times at the beginning of every month, you'll see your checks will be larger, and that's because all that volume is being pushed over and you're being paid on your weaker side. Anything that people are buying in the organization, or if they're enrolling people and they're spending money on, an advanced pack, a premium pack, all that volume goes in to whatever leg that person's on.
But I mean, and specifically with regards to the 1,200 to get the 40% of retail commissions?
So that's just customer. I mean, if your customers are spending $1,200 a month, you know, your retail or your preferred customers, then if they're buying over 1,200 a month, you're making 40%. And that's also on reoccurring. So if you've got a good customer base, you're going to make 40% on
Llega
all
en
your
2 minutos,
reoccurring customers.
aparentemente.
Is that answering your question?
Jay, that's volume, not dollars, correct?
Volume, correct. Not dollars, volume.
Jay, what is the I decide? I missed that somewhere.
Yeah, so that's something that we've done in we have a company that is got a product that can be
2 minutos.
it's basically just something that you can send out to customers that I'm sorry, who's on mute? Can you look at that, Lola? Okay. It's a presentation that can be sent out to customers that they can actually they have their name on it, the date they opened it, the location they're in, and they can actually choose to learn about it. And then it has your individual link, your customer link, and your brand partner link inside of the presentation that you send them. And then the presentation tells you when they opened it, how far they watched it, and then it will give you reminders to follow up with that customer. So it's just a tool to send out for people that don't, you know, that are. I mean, I send it to everybody because when people say you want more information, I used to have my board set up where I was sending out 7, 8 videos for people to watch, but I don't know if they watched them or not. And so what this does is we've been able to embed some of those videos and it's all compliant. It's gone through the company and everything and it's compliant. And then it's just a notification tool for you also to be able to follow up with people. So we're working on tying that into the AI app so that we could, you know, once we're communicating with someone, we could just send that link out inside of the new AI app that the company has.
How do we get that if we've never heard of it before?
Lola, if Lola, you could drop it in the chat if you want to. Justin or Lola, there's a link that you guys can sign up for, and then also we have a video about it. Lola, you can drop the video in there that explains it as well, where you guys can use that tool. I think they just raised the price to 199 lifetime, where you just pay 199 one time and you have the app for the rest of your life. You don't have to pay. It's not an ongoing payment that you have to make. Is that correct, Lola?
Sí, y Andrea tiene una pregunta, solo que no sabe cómo levantar la mano.
Yes, Andrea has a question, but she doesn't know how to raise her hand.
Do you want to unmute her? I just don't see her. There's a lot of people in here. Let me see if I can. Andrea, just if you hit unmute.
Did that work?
Yeah, I can hear you. There you go. Okay, good.
Okay. Okay. Quick question really quickly. And you said my name correctly. I love it. Most people call me Andrea, but it is Andrea. So that's because of your
That was
background.
pure luck, Andrea, because I always mess everyone's name up. So like
Okay.
1000% of the time. So that was luck.
All right. You nailed it. Anyway, my question is with the new comp plan, do we need to focus on still building left, building right? Because I know in the past we had the option with like the outside leg. And so I know with the whole balancing thing, should we just still stick with build left, build right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely. Now, listen, there are some people on here that have an organization that is a runaway leg. You know, maybe your right leg or your left leg is a lot stronger. They call that a power leg. Then you're going to
Right.
want to, you know, you're going to want to balance that leg out. So like for me right now, my right leg is my power leg. I'm completely concentrated on my left leg right now because I'm trying to
Okay.
balance my organization out so that I can, you know, max out that $25,000 inside the binary. So it's a
Okay.
game that you have to play, but you have to pay attention to, you know, where your volume is in your organization to figure out. And again, you know, when you bring somebody in, you never know, you guys. Like I brought a couple people in, I had no idea that they were going to do such a crazy, awesome job in this business. And they did, you know, so you never know when you're going to find that person. All of a sudden they start running away, and then you gotta pay attention to where you should be putting people. So yes, it's balanced is the word is now balanced, not one's heavier than the other, or you want them to be balanced. Marcella. And anybody that's here in Spanish, you could speak Spanish. I have
Hi.
interpretation. So if you're more comfortable speaking in Spanish, please, and
Okay. That
I'll
makes
be
sense. Thank
interpreted.
you.
Ah, hola, muchas gracias por tu explicación. Estoy desde
First of all, thank you
Colombia,
so
soy
much for your
Norma, tengo
explanation. I'm new.
92
I'm from Colombia. I started 2 months ago.
y tengo una
And
cuestión, una
I
pregunta para
have a
hacerte
question
sobre el bono de
about the
inicio de nivel
bonus
o el
of
bono de lanzamiento. ¿En qué momento se pagan
a
esos
starting bonus when you
25 y
start at a level.
$50?
When do they pay those
Cuando
25
la
or
persona, vamos a
$50?
suponer en el
Is it when the
ejemplo, yo
person, for
me mantengo
example,
en el
if
rango
I maintain my
y
rank,
me lo pagan por un tiempo
is it
determinado
paid
o
for
cuando yo
a
ya estoy
certain
en el
time in
rango
maintaining
de
it, or
un
when I
nivel
reach
estrellas
the
manager
rank
y traigo
of
nuevas
2 or 3 star
personas
manager and
que
I
se hagan
bring new
1 y 2
people
estrellas
in for
manager?
1 or 2 star managers?
It's paid for the first 9 weeks, Marcella, of you being in business. So after your first 9 weeks, it's like a fast start bonus. So the first 9 weeks that you come into the business, a lot of people might
Ok,
be on here longer than that. But when they come in, you can get the matching part, right? So you might not get it because you've been in the business, but if someone else comes in and you bring a new person in the business and you help them get up and bring people in the business, then you're getting half of
perfecto.
that bonus every single week for 9 weeks. So if you're helping people mentor them and helping them build their team, you get half of that. For people that have been here longer than 9 weeks, we don't get the first 9 weeks. They're not getting it set over for people that you recruit, but for the people that you help them recruit, you're getting half that bonus. And Lola, if you want to bring up that document that talks about that bonus,
Gracias.
and Miss Modoc, because I know I'm going to mess your first name up. So go ahead and unmute yourself. How do I
Hola,
say your first name?
Mota,
No,
Mora.
and the first name?
Mireya.
See, no way. Go
No,
ahead.
don't worry. Ok, mi pregunta es, sé que
Okay, my
ahora
question
para
is,
los
I know that
rangos
right
ya no
now for the
necesitamos
ranks,
que nuestra
we
organización
don't
se
need
divida
our
entre rangos,
organization
es a
to
través de
also have
volumen.
ranks. It's through
Solo
volume.
quiero saber
So I just
si
want
en
to
el
know
binario
if in the binary
necesitamos personas
we
activas
need
para
active
cada
people
rango y algún
for
número
each rank
específico de
and a
personas
specific
activas
number
para
of
cada rango.
active people for each rank.
Yeah, so you're gonna need to have a certain PV, and if they're not active, there's no volume. So, I mean, the only way that you can have volume from your team is if they're active. If they're not active, that means they don't have volume in their organization, and they don't have the PV that they need, right? So you have to have at least 55 PV to stay active, and 110 to get paid. So you can see over here where it says active brand partner, 55. You see where it says active brand partner? For them to be active, they have to be on at least one sleeve of auto ship. And then to get paid, and to get paid in the system, you have to be at 110. To qualify for a 1 star manager, you got to be at 110. To qualify for a 2 star or 3 star executive, it's $200. So they have to be active buying patches, or you're not gonna make it. They're not gonna be active, and there's no way for them to make money off them.
Ok, y nada más, por ejemplo, en
Okay,
este
so
mismo
for example,
ejemplo,
in
para
this
un star
same
manager,
example, for a
yo
1 star
requeriría
manager,
110 puntos
I required
personales y de mi
110
equipo, de mi
personal
grupo,
points, and from my
750
team, my
puntos.
group, 750 points.
Esos
Out of
750
those
puntos que requiero
750
de mi
points that I
equipo,
require
¿pueden
from my
estar
team,
solamente ellos en una sola
can
línea
they
o
be in
sí
one single
debo
line?
tener al
Or do I
menos una
need to
persona
have
en
at
una
least
línea
one
y
person in
otra
one
persona
line
activa en
and
otra
another
línea?
person in another line?
No, you get it. That's your total QDV. It could be on one line. That's why you don't have to have structure. So you can have it could be 2 or 3 people on that line that's giving you 750, and then you've got 110 PV, and now you're a 1 star manager.
Perfecto, mil gracias.
Perfect. Thanks so
De
much.
nada. Norma,
Hola, buenas tardes.
Hi, good evening.
Sí,
good
mira, yo
evening.
tengo una
Look, I
pregunta.
have a question, Jay.
Ahorita tú
Right
comentabas
now, you were
que ahorita es
saying
un buen
that
momento con este
it's a
nuevo
good
plan de
time with this
compensación
new
atraer ya sea
compensation plan
influencers o a
to attract
doctores.
influencers or
Mi
doctors.
pregunta
So
es,
my
si
question to
yo
you
voy
is,
a
if
hablar con
I
un
am
doctor,
going to
¿él se
speak to a
tiene que
doctor,
registrar
does
como
he
cliente
need to
preferido
register
o
as
lo
a
tiene que
preferred
hacer como
client, or
miembro
does he have to be
para
a member
yo empezar a generar, para que me
so
cuente
I
ese
can
volumen?
start to
¿Cómo lo
count that
registro?
volume? How do I register them?
Yeah, so I would register them as a brand partner. It's just they don't have to build a team, right? So it's going to be best for them to make money off of the customers and to get volume and like uh Kyle was saying, you can build an organization through customers and you can rank up with customers. So it's going to be best to bring them in as a core. If a customer comes in, there's no really way to pay commissions to customers, right? So to pay commissions, you have to be set up as a brand partner. So
Oh,
you want to enroll them as a brand partner so they can get commissions.
y no importa con
And
qué
it doesn't
paquete
matter
entren
with
o
which
recomiendas alguno
kit
en
do they
específico.
No,
enroll
you
or
could
do
do
you
the core.
recommend?
No, you could do the core. I mean, if I'm selling to a doctor, I'm going to tell him to do the premium so that he can give samples out to his patients, right? I mean, that's what you're going to want to do is
Perfecto.
if they're not convinced, just he can sample and then they go home and have a transformation in 10 days and then they're going to want to buy the patch. So that's what I would recommend a doctor to do is buy the premium pack. You get the 20 sleeves so that you could sample. And when your clients come in, you could put a patch on their back and then give them 10 patches to walk out the door with. And then that's going to help him grow his customer base. That's what I would recommend the doctor to do. But they could do the same thing with core. They're just not going to have the samples. But doctors are used to having samples with pharmaceuticals and anything else that they have. It's a normal thing for them to have samples in the office. So that's what I would suggest for 1,700 bucks. You get all these samples and that's going to grow your client base.
Perfecto. Muchas gracias.
Perfect. Thanks so
You're
much.
welcome, Norma. Michelle, I am so freaking bummed that I didn't get to shake your hand and give you a hug at the conference. Like we kept missing each other. So
Me
I'm so
too.
sorry. Next year we need to make sure that we meet. I'm so bummed after meeting you,
Same.
not having the opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you. Same here. And the bummer thing is, I saw you the first day you were standing outside of the one of the rooms, and you're talking to somebody. I'm like, oh, I'll just talk to him later. I don't want to disrupt him. And I was like, dang
Don't
it,
ever do that again. Come
I
up and
won't.
interrupt me and say hello.
I will. I've been kicking myself since then. So, but yes, next time. Um, I feel like. Well, here's my question, and I don't know if it's already been answered or not, probably, but I want to understand volume because you know what Kyle was saying is all about the volume. So can you just basically map out like what is volume and how do we get it so that I can like share that because I feel like I'm a little bit fuzzy in different directions in that.
Yeah, so if you look in the back office, they'll break down the volume. I don't have it in front of me right now, Michelle, but
Mhm.
obviously qualified downline volume is something different than commissionable volume. So, I mean, basically the company commissions us on after they pay out commissions and pay out, the customer commissions. So there's QDV, TDV. If you look in the back office, they break all those volumes down very simply. So if you go to
Okay.
back office and resources, or
Hmm.
training, it will break all those volumes down and tell you like what the volume you get and what the volume that counts that we get paid on.
Okay.
So QDV is different than TDV. So just if so that I don't mess it up, if you just go into the back office, all of you look at those volumes and understand for each product pack, for each, when people buy a $99, what the volume is that you get credit for. If someone's on auto ship for like me, I mean, my volume on my auto ship every month is $809 that I'm getting credit for in my organization for my PV, right? But that backs out other volumes. So I just don't want to mess it up. And we
No
have one
worries.
minute. And if you go in the back office, I just want to make sure that I'm telling you the truth about everything and I don't have it memorized exactly. But whenever I
Okay.
do, I just go to the back office and look at it.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
the.
so welcome, Michelle. Connie, one more question, and I got to let my interpreter go.
Okay. By the way, Michelle, there's a document that has pricing in PV. So I don't know where it's at, but there is one. I found it the other day. My question is do the people that are put under you by your upline count for anything in the new comp plan? I might have missed that question. I don't know if you already asked it, but how does that work? Because like one of my legs has all of that. The other one
Yeah,
has
so it's
just,
it's binary. So I mean, obviously the generation, the unilevel, all of that volume is based on volume that you're creating in your own organization, right? But the
mm-hmm.
only thing that counts for you where you are cycling off of is if somebody puts someone in or organization that you're on that leg with them. So it just depends on what leg, right? So right now, everybody on my left side that I brought into business is benefiting because every time I bring somebody on the left and I'm building my left, they get that volume in their organization which helps them for their binary volume. But
Okay.
now the generation and the unilevel is my volume as a team, the people that I personally sponsored, that personally sponsored, that personally sponsored, that personally sponsored. So
Okay.
upline volume has to do with binary. That's the beautiful thing about binary. All other volume happens to be the people that I personally sponsored, that they sponsored. That's all my volume that I get paid on inside of Unilevel and inside of Generation.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense.
All right, guys, listen, I'm so happy to run with you guys. I'm so happy to be a part of this with you guys. Thank you guys for joining tonight and being so engaged and having such amazing, great questions. We're going to be spending a lot more time together, and I really, really appreciate getting to know all of you and running with you guys. Marcelo, did you want to ask something real quick?
Sí, gracias.
Okay, go
¿Qué
very
significa
fast.
para el ascenso de rango el
Yes, to
volumen de
rank
la
advance,
línea
what does it
arriba,
mean, the
la
volume
sigla
of the outer
OLXE?
line that says OLXE?
Esa es la uno. Y la
That's
dos,
number one.
para
And
el
number
rango,
two,
las dos piernas
for
fuertes
the
pueden
rank, the
estar
two strong
acomodada en
legs
el
can
binario
be
del
in the
mismo lado.
binary of the same side.
They can, yes.
Ya
Yeah,
no
your
es.
outside leg volume means you just have to have that value in your outside leg. So one leg cannot carry you through this comp plan. You have to have an outside leg. So you can't just have, that's why it's really important to have a balanced organization. Your outside leg means you can't have two people on one leg and hit a rank. You got to have a certain amount of volume on that outside leg because, if you get two rock stars and you have nobody on the other leg and your organization is like this, that's not a balanced organization. They want a balanced organization. So that's why there's that OEX requirement to make sure that you're balancing your organization. Because the problem with the binary, you guys, another problem with companies have binaries is a thing called binary creep. Okay. And so someone could have gotten lucky 15 years ago and brought in two people and they're making $1 million a year off of two people because of the binary. Right? So, I mean, $25,000 a week over a year is $1.2 million a year. So people could be making $1 million off of two people in their organization. And that's why we don't want to do that. That only hurts the company. So that's the reason there's got to be that outside leg requirement because we can't just be paying and making people rank up based on one side.
Sí, gracias. Eso lo entiendo. ¿Y qué es la
I understand
sigla
that. Thank you. And what is OLXL?
It's outside leg. You're outside. It's just the other leg that's not your power leg.
Ah, ok. En
Okay?
inglés. Gracias.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great, 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 great evening. Look forward to seeing you guys in the future.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you, man.